Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crispy Donut Community. My name is Samuel, and today we're shooting our next episode of Meet Your Maker with my good friend Ray from Everyday City Carry. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, man, and I really appreciate that you said my name correctly. Some of my closest friends, Metal Complex, Nick Shabazz, they still say Rye. And that's not how you say my name.
Oh my goodness, we're thinking a little bit, isn't it? Well, Ray here boasts, I know, at least 13,000 on YouTube.
I think I'm at almost 23,000 now.
Boy, yeah. I'm behind. And what's your TikTok following?
98,000.
Goodness gracious. So we're talking a combined 120 just over Facebook TikTok and YouTube. But yes, Ray is a very accomplished YouTuber, TikToker, all these different things in the EDC space. Likely you've seen his videos. So let's tell us a little bit who else you create for. You create for a few other companies as well, right?
Well, last year, if you watched any urban EDC video at all in all of 2023, like I made those videos. I uploaded them. I wrote the copy in the descriptions, and I posted them on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So yes. I did that, but I don't work with them right now. I make content for Blade Binge, and I'm really just making a lot of
up right now, actually, on the screen.
Blade Binge.
Perfect.
I'm really just making a lot of content for myself right now, which is really what you want to do as a content creator, is you want your platforms to take off. I was very appreciative of like the urban EDC like contract, like the gig, because that gave me a ton of, income, you know what I mean? Yeah. When I really needed it. Right. But like, I wasn't able to work on my stuff as much, but now it's like, all I do is work on my stuff. And like, it's really, like taking off now,
Yeah, that's the same position I'm in right now in this with Crispy Donut Community. We're focusing a lot on making content for other people, not getting to focus on my own right now. But it's a real blessing to get to be able to work for other people, and especially if that springboards on into your own career. But yeah, so Ray, very accomplished and a very
I don't know about that
style. Oh man, come on.
I don't know about that. I think like I am just at the beginning. You know what I mean? Like I just got in the league. I'm about to play my first game. You know what I mean? That's how I feel right now.
Well, he's more accomplished than most of us will ever be. I'll put it that way.
It's 6 years in the making, though.
Yeah,
I've been doing
this
like
for 6 years, right?
Now. Yeah, 6 years of literally nothing happening, just posting videos, talking, chatting with people, and seeing if they like it. And then I think in the beginning of the beginning of 2023 is when stuff like started to happen, like more brands started reaching out, and then just kept it going from there. Once I hit that momentum, it just kept it going.
Well, that's awesome. But Ray he has a very distinct style. If you've ever seen his long form or his short form videos, which is the big thing he does, very, very distinct. It's fun. It's kind of like getting to sit down and hang out with him. But we have a few questions that we like to ask here on the Crispy Donut Community. But one thing I will say that's really weird, Ray has never received a knife from us.
I have not actually.
One for your review, which we're gonna change after this. Don't worry, we'll get a few models out. But yeah, that was kind of funny. So you're one of the first ones we've had on here that we've never really worked with, other than like Andrew Demko or something.
I've checked out some of your knives before because I was like part of a pass around, but just like personally sending me something, like I haven't yet. And I did give it like a cool, like, I gave it like the stamp of approval. You know what I'm saying? That's This is a cool thing they're doing.
That's good. We didn't have to pay you too much for that either, I don't think.
No, just 10 grand. No,
cheap. You should see what we pay the other guy. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, so as I was saying, we have kind of a line of questions that we stick to here, and it's really fun to like kick back and forth like this. But also, I like to use this hour or so for people to actually get to know your backstory and you a little better. Sure. I don't know about you, but my content creators I like to watch, I like to know a little bit about them. I like to know their backstory a little bit. So we'll start off with the first question. What got you into knives?
It's a very funny story. And I was looking for a tactical bag. I'm very into tech, actually. My Instagram bio right now says knives and tech all day because I review a lot of tech now too. And so I'm a big tech guy. I love phones. I love like basically any cool new gadget. Like I will look into it. I'll get it. I have dual screen smartphones, just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted a tactical bag because I discovered tactical bags. This is a long time ago. And I was like, oh, they got these little like loop things. You could put like wires in it and keep it all organized, right? So I'm looking for like tactical bag reviews on YouTube, and I find Prepared Mind 101. And he reviewed the Wrap Dom tactical bag on Amazon. At that time, it was like 30 bucks, and I was super broke back then. And I'm like, oh, I could get it. And then he reviewed a knife, a Rake P801. It's a very old
Yes.
company that they have like $30 knives that all have 14C28N. That's like
Mhm.
their whole thing. And then I watched this video and I'm like, oh, I like knives. Like I've done martial arts in the past and stuff. And
Oh,
I love like martial arts films. And so,
yeah.
bladed things is gonna be cool to me. You know what I mean? Plus I'm a nerd, there's a lot of bladed stuff. So I just started getting into it, start watching Love Them Knives, Nick Shabazz, of
Yeah.
course. Then discover like Advanced Knife Bro, these guys like Dr. Frankie who review the high-end stuff. And then I just started getting into it like that. Started buying like the cheaper stuff, CRKTs, Kershaw's, then eventually working my way up to a ZT, zero tolerance, ZT 0456. That is the first knife I ever reviewed on YouTube.
Oh,
And
heck
after
yeah.
that, it was like the rest is history after that.
That's awesome. So tech got you into it. Now, I would guess there's
Mhm.
a random Frank P subscription in your YouTube,
I
that guy that always has the $50 tech.
Oh, I my favorite tech reviewer is Flossie Carter. He's from New
Yes.
York City, and he's
Yes.
always like he's super like hood, bro. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? And like the lingo, like all the slang he uses, and we're like of a similar age. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
43, and he grew up like with 90s hip hop, and so did I. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, at first, it's just like a top down video, right? And I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, this guy is super knowledgeable though. So he's my favorite, out of all the
Yeah.
tech guys.
When I was looking for earbuds back in the day, I
Mhm.
think that might be how I came across his channel. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very unique. Like, you've got all these guys like MKBHD and,
Yeah.
Unbox Therapy that are,
Yep.
like, really polished, and
Mhm.
then you've got him, he just comes in, "What's up, everybody?" It's like,
Yeah, he's
yeah, it's
just
pretty
like,
cool.
"Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Floss coming at you with another video." Like,
Uh,
he's into knives now.
really?
Yeah, so Zach Stuff, I don't know if you know Zach Stuff, Mr.
Mhm.
Benchmade himself, he's also a fellow content creator. They linked up, right? Like in the DMs or something. And then Zach sent him all of these Benchmades, like a Benchmade tagged
Whoa,
out because he wanted an auto, and then Flossie sent him headphones. It was like a nice exchange. And then
that's
he did a
cool.
video like reviewing these knives. And like he's better than us, dude. Like he doesn't even know what he's talking about, but like it's super entertaining because he's got his shtick down already, over 1 million
Mhm.
subs, So he just
That's crazy.
talks about it as if it's anything else. And like I watched the whole thing, it was like 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny to see, like, Crazy Russian Hacker, that
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
one that,
yeah.
like, I think he was at Blade Show this year or something, wasn't he? But anyways, he just,
Yeah.
like, dove into, to knives and stuff. It's, like, crazy. It's really cool to see a lot more, like,
Hmm.
mainstream kinda picking up the knife industry. It's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So, we've asked the question, what got you into knives? And you're saying that it was a tactical bag and that
Mhm.
rake, that I actually remember it was, like, the frame lock, right? With the
Yeah,
steel handles?
yeah, stainless steel
Yeah.
frame lock with like a blue thumb stud, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, one of the guys that local knife buddies of mine had one of those, and I never did pick one up. So you got that going. Now,
Mhm.
what got the whole YouTube channel started? So I know you said that you bought ZTs, and then I don't remember the model number you said, but you said that ZT was the first thing you ever reviewed on your channel. So let's get
Yeah.
into how that came about.
So, I was just watching all these reviews, right? And I'm like, at that time, 6 years ago, no one was doing any sort of storytelling on YouTube for the EDC community. Everything was just a top-down review. Some people would crack jokes here and there, but nothing was really like humor focused. And also, 100%, no one was doing content in New York City. I think even right now, I am the only New York City content creator for EDC gear. There's no one else
Wow.
doing it. No, literally
Yeah.
no one does it.
Yeah, I can't think of
Um,
anyone.
yeah, I can't. I know. Notorious EDC is a content creator and a maker now, but he's not here anymore.
Ah,
Like, and he doesn't make content that much anyway. So I
Slicey Dicey, I think, used to be
upstate,
New York. Oh,
different,
was he upstate
different.
New York? He was the
NYC,
city. Okay.
upstate, different.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Slicey
Gotcha.
is my boy actually. Like he's a
Oh,
good friend
really?
of mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what do you call that? Like I just saw an opportunity to, do more like sketch style videos, which is what my channel was at first. So the
Yeah.
very first review I did, bro, I dressed up like Iron Man. I dressed up like a ninja. I was shooting videos in like the park in Manhattan, like Bryant Park, just going around doing all sorts of crazy stuff that like honestly, like I don't. It was kind of like revolutionary at that time because no
Mhm.
one did cinematic videos. Like now you
Yeah.
got Ron Kwok, you got Captain Ricky, you got Everyday Minimalist doing these crazy B-roll and crazy transitions. Nobody was doing that, so I was like really the first guy to do it. And what happened was that video like caught a little bit of fire because some of the channels that were already established at that time were like, "Oh snap! What the heck is this guy doing? He's cracking jokes." I took out a churro and I was like measuring the ZT with it. Like, it was all sorts of silly stuff like that.
And I'm gonna have to go
And
back and
then
find this.
it was my third video that like everyone, like some of the bigger guys like Cedric and Ada from Australia,
Yeah.
some Stasa, like these guys started discovering me, and that video was like really sad. It was on the Sandrin knives Clemente, the first generation, and that is the first folding knife with tungsten carbide as a blade.
Mhm.
And the reason why I bought it, I was super broke at that time, bro. This knife was $995, yo, and I saved everything I had to get it. My dad passed away like around the time that I was like maybe like a few years before I was getting into knives, and my
Mhm.
dad's name is Clemente as well.
Oh.
So it's like, I was just like on a crazy, like, knife search late night, right? Like I have work the next day and I'm just like, I'm in the beginning of this knife collecting journey where I just have to have everything. And I
Mhm.
came across this knife. And then I did a whole like little story, like pretty sad story thing on it, like cinematic and
Dang.
everything. The opening line of the video is some people say you don't become a man until your father dies. And it's like really sad music. I write all this really heartfelt stuff. Like I was pouring my feelings into it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the community were like, yo, I just lost my dad too. And all these people were like saying stuff like that. And that's really when people started paying attention to me. And then after that, literally nothing happened. Like it was those two big bumps, and literally everything after that, like I just couldn't like recreate what I was doing. And then I just kept doing it though. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. That's awesome. I never heard that story before. That's really cool
Yeah.
about, your dad and everything. Do you still have
Yeah.
that knife?
I still have that knife. It is I like honestly, now that I have reviewed a lot more knives, it's not great, bro.
Oh,
Like
no.
it looks fancy, but now that maybe the next blade show I'll bring it so you guys can play with it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Dude, it's oh my god. What can like the stuff you can get for under 1,000 now
Mhm.
is like
Yeah, like a
really
Koenig or
awesome.
something, yeah.
Yeah, like a awesome machine called Roosevelt, which
Yeah.
I just bought one finally
Oh!
because my
Ooh.
daughter's name is Rose. Her middle name is Rose, and her nickname is Rosie. So when
Yeah.
she turns 21, I'm gonna give her a Rosie, the
Heck yeah.
Roosevelt. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you just mentioned Blade Show again. I forgot that we got to hang out a little bit and, do some stuff and play. It's weird. Sometimes it's so weird with these online friendships that you have with
Yeah,
people. Chad Landman, one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
guys that was there at
Mhm.
this Blade Show. We're like best friends almost, and,
Yeah,
if not best friends, we're both, like, super in tune with each other, like, we
yeah, yeah.
yeah, anyways, you go what I'm saying. So, he came down through North Carolina the other day for something, and
Mhm.
we, like, stopped, met up with each other in person. It was like, "This is weird." It's like, "This is really weird," because, like, we talk on the phone all the time, we chat, we've seen each other a few times in person in Tennessee and in Atlanta, and then we got, like, just a random meetup one day just out of the blue. I was like, "Yeah, this is weird." It's just so
You
it's so
gotta
good.
break through the jitters, the beginning
Yeah,
jitters
but
a
it
bit.
was
Yeah.
it was really good to see you this year. I know that.
Yeah. Oh man,
That was
yeah.
fun.
I my wife has gotten me into the habit of going now. Like even if the last Blade show was my first year like being sponsored to go, where like
Yeah.
they paid for everything. The first year though, I wasn't gonna go at all, and then she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "This is your job, like um, my deal with my wife was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to school, and we're working these crap jobs right now, right? I'm gonna go to school and get into the medical field, and once like that first week that I get into it, you're gonna quit and you're just gonna focus on YouTube. And like, that's what I did, right? And bro, we were like, didn't have any money. You know what I mean? That's why
Yeah.
I was so grateful for that Urban EDC contract, and then I
Yeah.
got some contract to do ads and stuff. But anyway, like we went to Blade Show that year, and I realized how important it is if you're in this
Mhm.
industry to go to these things.
Absolutely.
If you can't make it to the others, like you gotta go to Atlanta. Atlanta is
Mhm.
the one. Like, do you remember Thursday night, right? I somehow organized this massive dinner
Yeah.
of like some of the biggest names in our
Oh,
industry,
dude,
bro. Like,
absolutely.
and what by industry I mean like the YouTube side of it, right?
Mhm.
Like Max Level EDC, Maurice Moves was there,
Yeah.
freaking Stasa, Neves Knives was there for a little bit. So many people, yo,
Calculated
you were the
survival. Yeah.
calculated survive. That was
Yeah.
random. That's the
Yeah.
first time I
And
met him, bro.
he's so cool. I love
So
him so
cool,
much.
great
Captain
energy.
America.
You were
Yeah.
there. Bees Blades came out of
Mhm.
nowhere. Like it was insane. So I just know that I always got to set aside money to go to Blade Show. Like it's just a
Yes.
must every year. It's so
And
important.
even if you have to spend like the first year I went wasn't sponsored. And
Yeah,
then I went to Utah last year and Atlanta this year sponsored. So,
yeah,
that was so cool. But if you have to spend, let's say you are in the YouTube community, and I'm talking even if you're a small channel,
yeah.
like I was, and I haven't worked on my channel much, so it's not much bigger than this now, but I was just about to hit 1,000 subs last year when I went to Atlanta. And I went, and every dime I spent was worth it to get to
Hmm.
meet these people, to get to put faces, and to get all these connections with different companies. It was worth every penny. So anybody who's in this industry, whether it's Glacier West, Texas, or Atlanta, if you can go, it's worth it. Just spend the money and go. Don't break yourself. Don't miss a house payment or anything. But if you can scrape it up, like don't go out to eat for a couple months, just scrape it up and go. It's totally worth it. But
And you get content for weeks, really, if
yeah,
you are smart. I was not smart with it, but I still have a lot of backed up like stuff that I shot that I haven't used yet. But
yeah.
I mean, you really get a lot of content if you play it smart. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, yeah, you can
Um,
have, like, months of
yeah.
shorts, especially
So
if you only upload
mhm.
2 or 3 times a week for shorts.
Yeah, so many. Damn, 2 or
But
3 times a week sounds crazy to me, bro. I upload 3 times a day.
oh, that's crazy,
Like
man. That's
yeah,
crazy.
3 times a day, 4 platforms. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. Pinterest is like a
Man,
sleeper, bro. A lot of people
that's crazy.
don't think that, you would, I remember I told some of my some of the more OGs like Nick Shabazz and Metal Complex and these guys and Advanced Knife Road. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like creating a vision board on Pinterest?" They're making fun of me. And I explained like when you go on Pinterest and you see a video, this is before YouTube and all of these other platforms implemented this. There's a button on the bottom that says visit, and
Mm.
that button takes you to the affiliate link that you put in that video.
Oh,
So like
shoot.
they can buy whatever you're showing immediately, and it's the easiest to do this thing on Pinterest. Like when you're doing the description, there's a link that you can put there. So I started using it, and yeah, I definitely sell some stuff on there. Definitely.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, we said what got you into knives, which was you just happened to stumble upon them.
Mhm.
What got your channel started? You said you hadn't seen anyone in the New York area or anybody doing cinematic stuff, and
Yeah.
so that kinda got you going on that.
Yeah.
So, how's the journey been over the past 6 years? The ups, the downs, like, how how's it gone? That's a weird question, but, like
In the beginning, it was very, very hard. I had friends that I think so this audio right here,
Everyday City Commentary.
Nick Shabazz did a contest, right? Where he wanted to highlight some of the upcoming reviewers in the community, and he had different categories, and people would vote. They would like send in votes, right? And in that on that list, like I didn't get like the best overall guy or something like that. I did get the reviewer with the most unique voice, though. You know what I
Ah,
mean? Meaning like the way that I talk about things, it's not just the way I sound, it's the way that I
yeah.
go about making videos is completely different from everyone else. And that I won by like a big margin. And then he said my name wrong, which is really hilarious. I like never let him live it down.
That's
At
old.
that
Yeah, that's
time, bro,
great.
Metal Complex, I think he was just like I think he was under 3,000 subs still.
No
We were in the
way.
same contest, and I think he was like, I forgot what the category was, but he didn't get, like, the best overall. He got something like enthusiastic or
Talks the fastest.
something like that, but I remember at that point, because I've had him on my show many times, right? Like, I'm pretty tight with him. He was like, "Bro, after that moment, I just made videos like crazy. I would post, like, 2 or 3 times a day,
Yeah.
like,
I
full-length videos," and then he just went he literally left everybody behind. Like, there is
yeah, I
no
remember the climb. I think
Mhm.
I hopped on board at, like it was below 50,000?
Yeah.
I remember when he was, like, up
I
and
think he's
coming.
almost 700K right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah, it's pretty
ridiculous.
insane. He's literally I've analyzed a lot of the big guys in EDC, like Accessorize Me, who does EDC and tech and a bunch of other stuff. He has over 1,000,000 subs.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
Everyday
I like his
Minimalist,
videos.
like a bunch of the guys that are like over the 500,000 mark. I think the only person that does, knife videos that has more viewing power is Melissa Backwoods. Like, and
Yeah,
it's not by much. It's like if Metal Complex does um 4 million views like a month or so, it's definitely more than that, but
mhm,
Melissa does like 6 or something. So it's
yeah,
like very, very close. And for a guy that doesn't show his face that much and just does top down videos, that's a lot, dude.
yeah.
It's a lot.
It's insane, and again, like, we were talking a little bit about excuse me, a little bit about this before we actually started the interview, and it's really cool to see that because,
Oh, 100%.
when I started 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, the biggest channels were Nick,
Mhm.
Shabazz.
Advanced Knife
Well,
Pro, maybe?
yeah, I think Nick was still the biggest,
He was
and
big,
he or no,
big.
well, Taylor
Taylor,
I don't
yeah.
think Taylor had passed him when
Yeah.
I started watching.
I
So,
remember
yeah.
when Taylor started. He used to be on Fandroid doing phones and
That's r
stuff. Did you
yeah,
know that?
I've heard those stories, yeah, how he used
Yeah,
to
and I
be,
was
like,
like, "I know
do
this
tech and
guy,"
stuff.
and I'm like and then one day he in a video, he explained that he used to work for Fandroid, and I watched that channel, and I'm like, "Oh
Funny
my
s
god, he's the guy."
funny story,
Yeah.
Taylor's local. Like,
Oh, word. Dude,
I
my
work
wife is from NC,
yeah, we've talked about that. What part of North Carolina?
Raleigh.
Yeah, you see, she's like, I'm about an hour and a
Are you
half to
like
2 hours from
Greensboro or
Raleigh.
something, like, further down?
Yeah,
Like, further
Asheboro area.
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
within, like, 20 minutes of Asheboro. But anyways, he's somewhat local.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, uh, we had met before and stuff like that, and, just, like, crazy how, like it's really cool to get to hang out with those guys that you watched for a while. Like,
Mhm.
um,
Definitely.
but I remember, like, what we were talking about, he was at maybe 100 to 150
Mhm.
or maybe close to 200K when I started watching him, but I think he was still under Nick possibly. So, like, it's crazy to see how we went from the big channels were under a quarter of a million to
Yeah.
now we've got guys in the EDC space who are over a million and guys that are strictly EDC and
Mhm.
knives specifically at
Yeah.
like the three-quarter of a million mark. Or Melissa, where is
Yeah.
Melissa now? I haven't even checked.
I think that Metal Complex is bigger in subscribers, but like her
Mhm.
viewership is insane. So like I looked up and this is not I always tell people like this is not exactly accurate. This is a calculator of total views in a year annually.
Yeah,
And the computer is guessing what their ad revenue is. So the
yeah.
Metal Complex's max, when I looked at my show, it was $499,000
Could
annual
you
revenue.
oh my goodness.
Melissa was like over 500, bro. It was almost
Yeah.
600,000.
So, but even
Like
though,
like
like, even I
insane,
know those
bro.
numbers aren't true because
Yeah.
everybody out here looking like, "Pff, I wish."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I'm gonna say it's
you've got
probably
a
like gives you an
affiliate links.
idea though, because
You
they're totaling view counts, right? So they're counting views with your shorts as well as your long form video. But both of those get advertising revenue now. Like my shorts get advertising now.
yeah,
So I
that's
I
crazy.
I would say like it's got to be pretty close, maybe like a third of it at least.
But the crazy
Still
thing
good
is,
money, six
I've got
figures still, bro.
oh, dude.
You
But
know?
like, thing is, though, I've got a buddy who's got about 13,000 no, a little over 12,000 subs. He told me what he makes a month,
Yeah.
and I thought, "Wow." Like, it's nowhere near what a lot of these knife guys make. And where it comes in, yeah, maybe MC makes like 150 grand a year from
Ad revenue?
advertising.
Yeah,
And
but then what
then
about the
go look at his
affiliate links on
affiliates.
top of that?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Dude's
man.
got to be making,
Yeah.
I don't want to like
Bro,
throw,
one
but
tip I can tell you right now, if you have an affiliate with Kaiser, anytime they do a flash sale, do a community post
oh
and
shoot,
say
yeah,
like, "Hey, this flash sale is going on," and look up the cheapest stuff. So I'll always say
post
like,
yeah,
"Oh man, the Kaiser chili pepper in 3V is under $40 right now." And then like the next day I'll wake up and I'll see like a lot of people bought that stuff.
yeah.
So
There's
yeah,
just one page on YouTube, and the name of his channel is EDC Steals,
yeah. Oh,
and
that's a good
he
one.
posts. Yeah, he posts just all he does. I think is post community tabs
Yeah.
of, or not all he does,
Like
but most
deals?
of what he does are
Deals?
deals. And I've
Oh, I
bought,
wanted to do that,
dude,
yo.
it's such a good idea. And I've
That's
bought like,
so dope.
I know I bought a CJRB Pyrite for like $20, $25,
Wow.
something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
they were 29 on Amazon recently, I remember.
Yeah, yeah. I think when I bought them, they were like
Sick.
25.
That's
So yeah,
fire.
yeah, if you can
I'm
find his
looking them up
channel,
right now.
it's such a good thing to follow. So follow him, and
Yeah, that's so
he'll have
good.
good deals pop up all the time on all kinds of stuff. But yeah,
That's
so just
awesome.
it's cool to see channels go from a huge EDC channel, 100,000, dude, you're the top of the game. To
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that guy's like almost got 1,000,000 subs now. It's like,
Yeah,
whoa,
it's crazy.
it's
Well, they
crazy.
show you the path of, like, you can do this for a living if you want, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and you don't
Um
even have to be that big to do it for a living.
Like, I
Not as
do
big
it
as
for a
they are.
living. I'm
Yeah,
not making, the Melissa Backwoods money, but I'm making enough so that when I'm outside with my family, I can be like, "Yo, let's eat at this restaurant." I don't have to worry
yeah,
about it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, you know, um, that's crazy. I wake
yeah.
up, I do videos on knives. Sometimes I do videos on power banks, because like Anker
Mhm.
is a sponsor now. How insane is that,
No
bro?
way,
Yeah.
dude. I'm jealous. I
I
just
got
well,
Anker,
I don't know if I should
Urban
say this.
Armor gear, bro. Like,
Dude,
how insane is that, dude?
that is epic.
Like, so it's and this stuff the tech stuff started happening just recently. This is not something I had the whole time. This is like within like 2 months that like I would reach out or like I would sign up for their affiliate package or whatever, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey man, you want to do some stuff?" TikTok is also another one.
Mhm.
On TikTok, the shop is like so viral that this screen protector company called Magic John, they're really good. Like it has an applicator so you can't mess it up,
Yeah.
right? Dude, I sold like $4,000 worth of screen protectors in one day. And then they
Shoo.
they hit me up. They were like, "Hey, I want to turn your video into an ad." So it got pushed even further. So like I got a ton of revenue on a
That's
video that was
cool.
less than a minute long. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
TikTok, the shop is so viral that I think I get over 100 requests a day, and I have to choose like what I want to do, and they'll just
Wow.
send you the stuff. Like they give you a
That's
cat, bro.
cool.
They give you a catalog. Like check this out right here. These headphones from Soundcore. This is Anker's audio brand, right?
Really?
They're like, "Hey, do you want to check out this, and this?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then they just send you all of it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what the?
Dude, that's
So
epic.
yeah, so I save one video a day for tech now. I do 2 knife videos and I do 1 tech video per day.
Taylor and I were talking about this at Blade Show,
Yeah.
talking about like the dream thing to do. And he was
Yeah.
talking about some of the automotive stuff he got to do in the past. I
Oh,
was like,
hell yeah,
if
bro.
I weren't doing knives, and I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie to you, if someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, we'll pay you to come do car videos for us," I'd be like,
Oh,
"Okay, buy
man.
knives." Like automotive industry would
Yeah,
be either automotive or tech. One of
yeah.
those 2 would be the bomb.
Tech's fun because like, you're using your phone all the time, so it's like, you know, you just get to try all the stuff with your phone. Like, I have all these, like, cases, phone cases being sent to me by, like, different
Yeah,
brands that I used to
that's
buy on
epic.
Amazon, and now, like, they just send me this stuff now. It's crazy.
I need you to hook me up with that Anchor sponsorship. I'm about to do a truck
It's through
camper build.
TikTok, bro. It's through TikTok, though. That's
That
the
is
thing.
so cool.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, I just ordered an EcoFlow. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't say that with
Yeah.
your Anchor sponsorship. I just ordered an
Yeah.
EcoFlow, big one. I'm excited for that truck camper build, but that's another
Nice.
topic. But yeah, so it's been pretty good. It sounds like you're finally hitting that stride where I feel like this before this place you get to is where the I don't want to say weak ones, but like the people who aren't built for this kind of stuff gets weeded out. So it's when you're
Mhm.
working not 24/7, but if you're like me, you have a full-time job and you do this stuff, so you're having to work a lot on the side. You're
Yeah.
not getting much for it. and
Mhm.
you're not seeing the biggest payoff ever, this is where people start to fall off, and I feel like you finally started to bust through that, and now you're getting to the point where it's like, "Boom, we're making it." So here's my question,
Yeah.
what's next?
Uh, I'm
Don't
thinking
cry.
just bigger videos and try to get. It'd be cool to do some more ad work in 2025. I did some ad work. An agency reached out to me and they basically said we will pay you X amount of money to make 2 videos per week, and these
Wow.
videos will be turned into ads on Facebook. And I did that, and it was a good amount of money. They kept me on for like about 3 months,
Mhm.
and for the amount of videos, it's not that it was just shorts too. It wasn't long form. So everything was
Yeah.
under 40 seconds. And dude, it was hundreds of dollars like every
Wow.
time. And then they don't really give you a lot of notes. They just give you when you should post.
Mhm.
And I was just doing it on TikTok too. It wasn't even like any other platform. And they would
Wow.
send me the free stuff as well. So like
Yeah.
something
But you
like
wanna
that, do more of those, I think would net more money.
Mhm.
But really the dream is like to solidify, kind of like what these bigger creators are doing, is to like
Right.
get a lot of revenue through your ad revenue, do stuff that you want more. You can't just, I'm super into fitness, bro, and I can't
Mhm.
just start doing fitness content because like, you know, people will think it's
Yeah.
weird, but it's kind of like how I'm easing them into the tech. I'm only
Mhm.
doing one tech video, two knife videos, then more and more knife and tech people combined will get into
Yeah.
it and they'll be like, "Oh, Ray, there's tech videos now." Just stuff like that, like doing not that I'm not into knives, but like showing like other parts, that I'm into.
That's really cool. You see, again, to bring him back into it, sorry, but Taylor, I've seen him try to branch out of what he does,
Mhm.
and everybody tries to, like, punch him right back into that EDC square
Yeah,
that he's in, and
yeah.
I've kind of decided with this truck camper build that I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna try to break out of that, because my
Yeah.
channel's at a size where I think I know how to make good content almost regardless of what it is, I can figure it out.
Mhm.
And so I think I'm gonna try to bust out and do different things, and I like to see that for some reason, tech and EDC really seem to go together,
They
and
should.
it's
Accessorize Me is
cool
a
to see
perfect example.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see other creators stepping outside. It's just like
Mhm.
EDC and camping or
Mhm.
anything like that really seem to go together. So, like,
Yeah.
to branch out and hit these other topics, it's like, yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely more stuff like that. Kind of like, letting people get to, I mean, it's not like my viewers don't know me already, but just like letting them know my other interests and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and it keeps you from being burnt out, I feel.
Yes. That's another thing you were saying, like this weeds people out, and at this point they give up and things like that. Creating content is a lonely game, dude.
Mhm.
So actually, that's one of the benefits of Blade shows. You get to be around people that are just like you, like making
Right.
content, grinding, and we're all talking about it like, oh, oh man, that's so cool you got that sponsor. And he's like, yo, I just got this one. And like you feel like you're around colleagues, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Yeah.
Tries to EDC was talking about this, really good friend of mine. He's like, yeah, I sit alone in a dark room, just like editing videos. That's like true for all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
is,
Like,
isn't it?
whether you're making content for other people or you're making content for your own channel, you're sitting alone where you can focus and you're making videos, and then you're like, "Oh, look, what's the caption gonna be today? Let me do my
Mhm.
hashtags and all this stuff." And it's like it's a pretty lonely game, dude,
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
to people, like, not calling you old or anything, but, like, if you're how old you said, 43?
43, yeah.
Well, like, try walking up to, like, some random 43-year-old and be like, "Yeah, I do YouTube." They're gonna look at you funny. But even more so, like, I'm 22 years old, and I can look
Yeah.
at some of the people around me and be like, "Yeah, I do YouTube stuff," or I can like, tell them what I do, and some of them are kinda like, "Yeah, everybody does that, so what?" But when you get around people like we're doing
Yeah.
now or that Discord group we're in,
Mhm.
people we take each other seriously because we know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, we make money off of this. We
Yeah,
get
yeah.
cool products. We this, that. So it really is good to have that almost support system that's like, no, you're not crazy. What you're doing is really cool.
Mhm. The young people, like, think it's pretty dope, though. Like, I flex
Yes.
on my nieces and nephews that I have, like, almost 100,000 followers on TikTok. They're like, "Whoa."
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. It's really cool. Like, I mean, just to sit back and think about it. Like, oh, what do you do for a living? Yeah, companies send me really cool stuff that I like a lot, and then I just get to talk about it and then make money off of it. That's very simplistic. But like in the end, like, well, I'm not
Mhm.
out mining coal all day, so it's much better.
Yeah, I spent most of my life, I'd say 15 plus years working in offices. I was in
Hmm.
the jewelry industry a lot. I was a shipping manager. I did inventory for that kind of stuff. I was a personal assistant. I was doing a lot of office work, right? And and some of those you get paid pretty good, but I was
Yeah.
like miserable, you know?
Hmm.
Now I make a decent amount of money. I'm not super rich or anything, but like I
Right.
wake up, I make my own schedule, right? I get to take care of my daughter. That's the other thing. My daughter
That's
was just
really cool.
born. She's 5 months old. And rather than us paying 20 grand for daycare, she can be with her father. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I make about 3 videos a day. I'll make more if I can, but that's about maybe 3 hours of work, not
Epic.
including the commenting back type stuff. That
Yeah.
takes it's all day. That's all day.
Mm.
Commenting back, chatting with people. That's all day. So, but I mean, like actual editing and posting and writing the captions and all that stuff. I would say about 2 to 3 hours, and then I just get to play with my daughter all day.
Yeah. That's epic. That's
That's
the dream.
that's awesome, bro. And
And
the money is getting bigger and bigger every month. So like you can actually see your growth. Whereas
yeah.
opposed to, let's say you're working for somebody, you hit a ceiling where you're not getting promotions anymore and you're just doing this job and you're like, God, like, you know what I mean? Like nothing's exciting. With this career, if anything goes wrong, it's my fault. If anything goes right, it's on me as well. So it's like the harder I work, like I can see it. I can actually see it.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
really cool thing about this career is, in those office jobs, you can go and go and go. And I know like New York pay rates are going to be different than from where
Yeah,
I
yeah,
live
yeah.
in rural North Carolina, but like around here, $100,000 is a good paycheck. Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
making good
I think
money.
that's pretty good everywhere, bro.
Okay, okay, okay. So, but like if you're making 100 grand a year, you're making great money. But
Mhm,
like in some of these jobs, let's say you make 75 a year, that's your top. And
mhm.
then you're doing like you're saying, you're grinding, you're working, you're coming in every day, hating your life, and
Yeah.
there you are. The cool thing about this content creation, man, is you can go and go and go. And by the time you hit your peak,
Mhm.
you're like, in most cases, if you do it right, you hit that peak, you're like, okay, I've made enough money. I can put it to the side and retire. I'm just going to do this thing for however long I want to, so on and so forth. Now, I haven't seen anyone do that in the knife industry yet with content creation, but some of these guys cannot be far off. So it's really cool.
I mean, it's easy enough that you can do it for a long time, like
Yeah.
it's a very, unless you're doing something like Zack and the Wild with a big
Hmm.
production crew.
Right.
If you're doing something like Metal Complex or even Melissa or Neve's Knives, even he does everything by
Yes.
himself, really. Maybe Kara helps out a little bit, but most of these channels that are pulling in six figures, like 100%, like multiple, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
are just doing everything by themselves. You do Metal Complex films on a phone, I think.
Which is
Like a
insane.
not even the latest
No.
Android, like an old one.
uh,
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't I don't even know if he has a mic or not. Like I'm not sure,
I
so
don't think so.
you can really build something, and once you catch fire, like you got to just keep going. I hope that somebody that listens to this or watches this, they get inspired. Like there's another person that like is really into like golf, or like
Yeah.
has an idea about how to make golf videos using a 360 camera, like on the putter or whatever it's called, or like a soccer guy, or somebody that's into, I don't know, like cleaning the gutters, like those videos you see, the power washer guys,
Yeah. I've
and
seen the one where the guy
yeah.
cleaned the rug,
Oh
like,
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
those.
so good, but like
Yeah,
if that guy never tried to do that, he would never know that it would go super viral, because a
right,
lot of those pages like are
right.
huge.
Well, like,
Yeah.
I have a personal example, and it's not super viral, but I uploaded a short to my channel. I don't upload on EDCNC much anymore,
Yeah.
but I uploaded a short the other day of me, like, making a cucumber sandwich with this camera that I bought, or this no, no, you're the one who linked it to me. The thing
Which
that goes
one?
around your neck?
Oh, this
Dude,
thing?
I bought it, made a short making a cucumber sandwich, 10,000 views. I was like, "Whoa."
Dude,
I make
it's
one
not
like
bad.
no, it's
It's not
fantastic, and I
bad.
bought
Yeah,
one
yeah.
I did it the next week,
Yeah.
making ramen.
Yeah.
10,000 views. I'm like, whoa,
Uh-huh.
there's something to this. So I'm gonna
Oh, I
start doing a
saw
little
that
few more
ramen
cooking
making
videos.
video.
It's just
Dude,
like 10, both of them, 10,000
mhm.
views just right off the bat. And it was like,
Cooking
that's
videos, I have to
ridiculous.
say, do really well. Because even I watch them, and I can't cook
Yeah.
for anything, bro. Like, like I fry eggs and like steak and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't cook unless I'm strictly following a recipe. I'm not creative enough to do otherwise. But yeah, like just stuff like that. Like be creative, do different stuff. Like branch out. It doesn't. I mean, if anybody's watching this, they're EDC more than likely, but
Mhm.
it doesn't have to be that. I'm. I mean, I'm going to try to branch out and do more stuff. It's really
Yeah.
fun. And what's odd is how fun the actual editing and recording becomes of it. Like I don't know about you,
Sometimes
but I
it's
love it.
fun. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say that.
for me, most of the
Sometimes,
time, unless it's rushed.
yeah. So it's like I mean, I've gotten my shtick down really well now, so that I know, because I make like a lot of videos that are very similar, right? Like I have a
Mhm,
similar setup. Like right now, I'm using the Osmo Pocket 3 to film. A
mhm.
lot of my shorts are just filmed with like you're basically seeing like my T-shirt, and I'm showing the product like this. It's like instead of a talking head, it's like talking torso video,
Yeah.
And then I put the B-roll in it, right? You know what I mean? I'll
Mhm,
splice in whatever stuff afterwards. So I kind of like have that down already, so I can make them very quickly. But before, like I would make a video, the long form stuff, it's like 6 hours to edit. Like it's really long.
Phew,
Yeah, like these guys like Tri-State EDC, it's like 6 hours, like one of those
that's
videos. It's
crazy.
very long, bro. It's a very arduous process, and like again, you're editing in a dark room, like by yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess editing, when you get in the groove of it, like you're really going like.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Man, these guys must put way more effort into their videos than mine.
Well, if you watch like Everyday Minimalist, right? And he's like
Oh, yeah,
very
that
good at
dude.
cinematography. So these guys, while their view counts are not like as high as some people, you'll have somebody like Benchmade saying like, "Yo, we'll give you 5,000 to make a video." Like
Yeah,
that, because their skills are like beyond what the
insane.
industry
Yeah.
is at right now. So I'm not saying that's how much they make, but
Right.
I would guess like we will give you X to make this much videos, and like I'm sure they charge a lot because the skill is apparent. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Absolutely.
It's people do this job very differently. You could do it like me. I make a lot of shorts. I do a lot of affiliate link type stuff, or you can do it like Metal Complex. He does a lot of long form video. You can
Mhm.
do it like Taylor. He probably gets paid a good amount for those videos as well. Like he's making ad videos for like a brand or something. I'm just guessing
Yeah,
here.
I would guess so too. I haven't talked to
Yeah.
him about that.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that, you know, i- if I can make money making ads, I'm sure they do it. I saw Ron Kwok on an ad on Instagram the other week, man.
Yeah.
I was like scrolling, and I'm like, that's my boy Ron right there. And it was like a crate where you put like camera gear. Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you see that video?
Mm-mm.
He was like, you know how an ad
Like
starts. Like,
Pelican or something?
no, it was like a clear box that had like little dividers, and he was putting
Crazy.
camera gear in it,
Hmm,
and then I
no.
I hear the voice, and I'm like, "That's Ron Kwok, dude."
That's
And then
my
I see
man.
his face. I'm like, "Oh," and then I get really happy. I'm like, "Oh, my boy got
Mhm.
the bag, got the
Yeah.
bag for that video."
Yeah.
Like,
That's
yeah,
really cool.
I get
That's really
really
cool to
happy
see.
when I see people succeed.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really cool to see your friends succeed. Like
Yeah,
to get that call like, "Hey man, I got this video," or "This video has gotten so many views." It's really cool to get that call.
10,000 view ramen videos, awesome, dude.
For a channel my size it is. I'm gonna have to keep on that.
That's awesome,
Just
bro.
do one of those a week and let my channel slowly grow in the background while I work on other stuff.
Cucumber
But
sandwich.
cucumber hey, it's good, man. You ought to try it. Don't make fun of me. I know
No, no,
I'm
I'm
very,
not
very
knocking
white.
it.
No,
I'm
you
not.
should.
What did you put in it?
It was just my wife had thrown together. It's like cucumbers, mayonnaise, and
Like no
just a
tuna
little bit of
fish in there?
seasoning.
Like,
No, just a cucumber.
damn.
Dude, try it. Just mayonnaise, cucumbers on white bread. It's
Wow.
really good.
I don't eat
You,
bread, bro, right
oh,
now.
okay. Well,
I'm on a
then just
cut.
uh oh. I see
I'm
the
trying to
baby
get
going to bed in the
yeah.
background.
She's getting hey, come here.
Yeah, let's see the baby.
She's looking at me. Yeah, she often is on the show a lot. We do a
Yeah.
Patreon episode every Sunday. That's on patreon.com/EverydayCityCarry.
Yeah, you
And
gotta get that
it's
plug.
me, Kelly, and the baby. And the baby will like talk on the mic and stuff. She likes
Oh,
she likes this stuff. It's very
it's the
strange.
baby.
Very
Oh,
sweet.
look
So
at
for
her.
you guys just listening, if you do an audio version of this, there's like a really cute mixed child here, Filipino and Caucasian. I think it's a cheat code
Oh,
to
yeah?
mix them. Yeah, look how
Yeah.
cute she is.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Cabbage Patch Kid. You know what I mean? Like just a real life one. Like I
Oh,
drew her, and
yeah.
this is all she does. She's very quiet. She doesn't cry that much, and you could do anything really, right? She's looking at me. She wants to play with me.
Hey, she can't hear me. Oh.
Yeah. Being a father,
Um,
that's another thing that's new with me, man. It's like I'm a dad now.
yeah.
It's my first
That's gotta be
one.
crazy.
I love it, man. I never wanted kids. I didn't know if I wanted them or not, and then Kelly, just unfortunately, like I fell in love with this one. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
bro, I was like this. I was like a mouse, right? Just going like that. And I'm like, oh snap, cheese. She trapped me, bro.
Yeah.
She trapped me, and
That's the way it goes.
she's always wanted to be a mom. So I'm like, yeah, man, like let's do it. We a year later, like we have her. But I
Yeah.
love it. It's like my
That's
favorite
awesome.
thing, to do every day is just take care of her.
Yeah. Nothing better. It's what
Yeah,
we're meant
dude.
to do. I love it. But okay, so I'll let you get to your family because I know it's
Yeah,
about
man.
that time. But I have one final question before we go,
Sure.
and this is a hard one.
Okay.
What is your favorite knife?
Probably the Roosevelt. I've
Yeah.
said it many, many times. I'll take it out right now. I think
Wait,
that this
whoa,
is
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa, whoa. We can't show that on YouTube. Oh, you're talking about the knife. Okay, sorry.
yeah.
Never mind.
This is probably my favorite knife of all time.
Dude,
This is the Oz
that's
Machine Co.
beautiful.
Roosevelt. If you've ever tried one before, you'll understand why. That the action is just unmatched. Like no other knife feels this way. It's super light. It's made in the USA, which is huge. It's Magna Cut,
Yeah,
the hottest steel out right
that's
now.
cool.
Um, it's the best knife I've ever tried, and I've tried literally thousands in the past 6 years. This has my vote. Like overall, right? Aesthetically, I like it. The materials are good. It's made in the USA. It has the hottest steel out right now.
Yeah,
Ergonomically, it's really good. It's nice, pocketable, thin. It's really awesome. And my daughter's name is Rosie,
there
so
you go.
I'm gonna give her a Rosie when she turns 21.
How'd you talk your wife into that?
She knew about the plan for a long time, and the guy I met him at Blade 2 times already. Alpha Prime EDC, shout out to him. Give him a follow. He's a content creator as well. But dude, I had how much money in cash did I have? Like $5,000. And
Woo!
when I was at Blade Atlanta, I put the five. We were in the dinner. You were with me.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you were there yet, but Alpha Prime EDC was there too, and he showed me the Rosie, and I put the $5,000. I was like, bro, I'll buy it right now, and he
oh
didn't
my
sell it
goodness,
to me, bro.
for
I was
5 grand?
joking. I was joking, but I
Okay,
took
okay, okay.
all the cash I had in my pocket, because it was the first day, so I
Yeah,
still had the cash on me, and I was like, bro, let me get it, and he said no. But that's
that's
probably
crazy.
my favorite one, man. I've never experienced one with that action. Just it fires on all cylinders. Like all the stats are good, aesthetics are good, action is good, materials are good. It's a little expensive, bro.
Yeah.
I
How
paid
much?
950 for it.
950.
Yeah, it's normally 750 to 800 retail, depending on which configuration you get. But it is made in the USA,
Yeah.
and you can't really get them. You have to win a lottery to
Mhm.
buy them.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
they feel incredible. Like just
I never have handled one. Have
it's
you
incredible.
seen the guy on Facebook recently? Broke the
Which
tip of his off and ground it into a Tonto.
oh shit, did it look good?
Yeah, it actually looked really good.
Wow,
Yeah,
damn!
it was really
I've
sick.
never seen. I would have really gotten sad if I did that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, how do you I mean, I guess use your stuff, you know?
yeah, that's
So
the other thing about me is like I'm a very casual user.
mhm. Me
You
as
know what I
well.
mean? I open packages and I do the recycling day. Like that's about it.
Yeah.
The most use my knives get is I make videos on them. So a lot of people get really upset with me when it comes to that. Like, oh, why are you a reviewer? Like, why do you? And I said, I'm not really a reviewer. Like, I like to showcase things that I'm into, and knives just happen to be a part of it. And my audience understands, like, hey, watch Metal Complex or Neves Knives or all these other guys to get the information. Like, I'm just a collector.
There you go. That's a good
Yeah.
way to look at it. It's like
Yep.
I mean, well, that's another thing. I meant to bring this up, like how different your aesthetic is from everybody else. Like you're the guy out here matching, like there's guys like the. I'm trying to think of a good example that's not Taylor Martin because he keeps coming
Like the
up, but like
whiskey drinking guys?
yeah, you got those
The
guys like
bearded
wearing
whiskey guys?
the dark colors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
like they're those kind of guys, and
Yeah,
then you've got like the Nick Shabazes who and the actually oddly enough the advanced knife pros who like wear their clothes,
yeah,
their suits and stuff, and then
yeah.
you've got like Ray over here
Yeah.
with his matching sneakers and his
Oh,
cool
dude.
like joggers and stuff. Like yeah, it's a
Yeah, yeah.
different breed, and it's really cool. I like it.
Thanks, man.
Like your background, everything right now.
Yeah.
Take a snapshot of this right now, and you'd be
Yep.
like, I have no idea what this genre is about. It's like, there's nothing giving away that you're like a knife guy right now.
Yeah,
But
people
then, like,
thinking like probably I'm a video game like Twitch
yeah,
streamer or something like that.
I,
But
I could see
I
tech
aimed for
YouTuber
that
as well.
aesthetic because I like it,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? So that's why I did it.
And right now I'm sitting in front of a half painted bedroom here. And
Dude, this is 6 years in the making though. I didn't have all this right away, like all the lighting and stuff. I had to figure it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got a lot of work to do on mine. But hey, man, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for showing us your adorable little mixed baby. It's the cutest thing ever. As he said, cheat code. So guys, you
Yeah.
know what to do. Go find you I don't know what I don't know what race you are. I guess go find something else though. Make some mixtures though. Do like some paints, make some really cool things. But anyways, but yeah, thanks for coming on here, man. It's been a real blast, and this was a really good conversation. I haven't had anyone take the conversation and focus so much on content creation with it, and I
Yeah.
really like that. I feel like we'll have quite a few people in our audience that will enjoy that. So thank you very much for that.
Well, I appreciate you for having me, man. And you can follow me on Instagram, EverydayCityCarry. YouTube is EverydayCityCarry. TikTok is The Real EDCC. And it's EverydayCityCarry on Pinterest.
All right. Go follow him on all those things that you can. And as I said, we will be fixing the fact that we haven't sent you anything out. We've got a few Kaiser cormorants that we need to
Wow.
sell and maybe some of these hectares from
Yes.
CJRB.
Yes, the hectares.
Yeah. So we'll try to get a few things out to you. I'll get that hooked up. After we hop off of here,
Yeah.
send me a good shipping address and everything. And
Sure,
we'll get
bro.
that sorted out.
Thank you,
But
man. Have a good night.
yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things. And remember, stay crispy.